Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to 8 Ball Sports, and what a game that was. I made a video over the Ohio State-Penn State game from last year, and if you can't tell, my voice is hoarse. I scream at the TV when I watch football games, especially Ohio State games. And yeah, I was screaming at the TV a lot, but what a game. If you are a Penn State fan watching this, props to your team. McSorley is... He's really talented, elusive. Honestly, I think he probably would have gotten a little bit more recognition last year for how good of a season he had. Except that Barkley was obviously really talented and getting a lot of the recognition too. But I said it last year. Props to the other team. One of the best games I've seen in my lifetime of being an Ohio State fan, and I can say this one's right up there as well. I don't know if it's necessarily better than last year. It feels a little better to me because we went into Happy Valley and beat them. But man, that was exciting. I made a video over the Penn State Appalachian State video or game. I made a video over that. Obviously, it was almost an upset. And I told Penn State, when they play us, you need to fix what you guys did wrong in that game, especially on defense. And Penn State did. Penn State shut down Ohio State's defense. I'm literally shaking. The game, it's like 10:40, and the game ended at like 10:30. This is, right after the fact. So I wanted to get, the immediate reaction from me. But I said Penn State need to fix what they did wrong in that game, and they did. They slowed down Ohio State's offense for the entire first half. Because really, the only good play we had was that screen pass for a touchdown, and that's just because we recovered the fumble. And the Penn State, a big part of this was they seemed to always get in our territory, but then couldn't find the end zone. Obviously, they did a couple times in the fourth quarter, but sorry, I'm telling you, my voice is hoarse. But other than those couple times, they seemed to always have to settle for a field goal. They obviously did miss one. Let's see who that text is from. But yeah, I mean, what a game. What a game. I completely forgot what I was talking about, but I don't even care. The targeting penalty, and I saw a lot of Ohio State fans getting upset about it, and I'm okay with the call, except it really didn't look like the shoulder hit the helmet that hard. I don't know. It kind of just seemed like the shoulder just kind of brushed past the helmet. It wasn't a boom. His head didn't turn because of the shoulder. But what do I know? I'm okay because that follows the rules. That follows what they're supposed to call targeting. What I'm not okay with is that rule. I believe targeting should be helmet-on-helmet contact. And I think if a guy leads with the shoulder, that should be legal. Personally. Because what else is the safety supposed to do there because he wants to make sure that receiver's going to go down. And the receiver's already low, so he either has to bend down and hit him like this, or just run and just kind of run into him. I mean, I don't know. You want to position your body to do that. I don't think Isaiah Pryor was trying to injure the receiver. I hope that receiver's okay. I think he was knocked out cold. It looked like he definitely had a concussion. Also, the Tennessee State-Vanderbilt game, there was a Tennessee State player who was knocked unconscious and wasn't responding. If you didn't hear about that, I'm blanking on his name right now, but definitely prayers up to him. I saw it popped up on the bottom of the TV when the game was going on that he had to have immediate surgery. So I really hope, I hope he's okay, and I really hope he recovers. But getting back to the game, so halftime it's 13-7. Should be worse from the point of view of an Ohio State fan. Penn State should have been beating us by at least 2 scores, and instead they're beating us by 6 points. We get the ball to start, we go down the field, we score a touchdown. I'm thinking, all right, this is just like the TCU game. Our offense is right back in it. Our offense took a little bit in that TCU game in the first half, but in the second half, we got it going. We were rolling. So I was ready for that to happen. I'm trying to remember how all these details went. I honestly do. I mean, I'm blanking in my head, but wow. I was throwing stuff. This chair ended up on the ground. I threw baseball into my chair over there. I threw my shoes a bunch. I threw a Gatorade bottle at my wall. When I get angry at the game, normally I throw stuff. Um, so then I believe, let's see, did they make two more? Okay, so they scored two more touchdowns after that. There was a point where they could have kicked a field goal. Yeah, it was like a 4th and 1, and they were in field goal range. And they could have kicked a field goal to make it 16-14. Instead, they went for it. Chase Young with a heck of a play. Chase Young had a heck of a game. The people stepped up on defense because Bosa went down, Draymond Jones went down later on in the game. We lost Isaiah Pryor to targeting, and Damon Arnett also got hurt. So we had guys step up, and that's what makes a good team, depth. And on the defensive line, I wasn't worried. We have plenty of depth on the defensive line. I am worried about the secondary. I still am worried about the secondary. I'm worried about our starters on the secondary, though. And our linebackers are pretty good at stopping the run, but they're not great in coverage. And they obviously could not stop Trace McSorley on the quarterback run today. So, it kind of goes back and forth. Penn State ends up scoring 2 more touchdowns. McSorley just making plays with his legs, making throws. How did they score their first one? Their first one in the second half. Their first actual touchdown was that 93-yard pass on the slant that was stupid. But that was Isaiah Pryor took a terrible angle at that one, and it's like, man, Pryor get out of the game, and then he ended up getting out of the game. But I don't remember how they scored in the first one. Sorry. I do. It was the pass to the tight end, right? It was the first second, and then there was a running back that ran it in. Is that right? Yeah, that's right, I think. If I'm not right, sorry, again. I don't have the stat sheet or anything like I normally do for these because this is more of a fan reaction. So I apologize for not having the stat sheets or anything like that. What else do I want to talk about? Let's talk about the comeback, I guess, obviously. So down 26-14 with 8 minutes left, and we drive on down the field pretty quickly. I think it was 3 plays, 74, 75 yards in like a minute 30, a little less than that, I actually think. Benjamin Victor made a heck of a catch and then made a heck of a run after the catch. And I was like, all right, we're right back in it. I really did not think we were going to win that game. When they went up by 2 scores, I knew we'd come back last year, but I'm thinking our offense has been absolute garbage pretty much all day. But once Benjamin Victor got that touchdown, I was like, okay, we have a chance. So then Penn State goes down. They have that weird, illegal forward pass, offensive pass interference. We accept offensive pass interference, but there can't be offensive pass interference because there was technically no legal pass. It all ends. They have to punt it back to us. We get the ball, that beautiful punt, 96 yards with about a little over 4 minutes, I want to say. Maybe a little bit more than that. I'm not sure. And we go down the field in about 2 minutes. Beautiful throws. That starts off with a screen to Dobbins for 30 yards. We keep going down the field, and eventually we throw the 3rd and 5, little kind of swing out pass to KJ Hill. He murdered one of those guys' careers with one of those jukes, step back, and then ran down the sideline for the score. Now, if you remember from last year's game, the same situation happened. We made all our comeback, but we gave them a lot of time. We gave them time to do something. We gave McSorley and Barkley time to do something. So I'm thinking, okay, we have the lead, only a 1-point lead, so all they need is a field goal. Although their field goal kicker is not great. He's 2 for 5 on the year. So I was like, okay, you know what? We still have a decent chance if they get in field goal range. But obviously I'd prefer to just win it here. So Penn State hits a big seam to their tight end on the first play, I believe. They go down. They try a couple quarterback runs. It's 3rd and 13. McSorley runs for 7, 8 of them. Makes it a 4th and 5. So we line up both sides. We call a timeout. Line up again. They call a timeout. So after all that, you would think Penn State would have drawn up a play that they were 100%, because we lined up. They lined up the same formation, and we lined. So 4th and 5, you think they're going to have this whole play planned out, everything that's going to, we lined up. They lined up the same formation every time, and we lined up in the same defensive formation every time, I believe. We really only saw the top half of the field, so I don't think there was a receiver down here, but you didn't see the top half of the field. Don't think there was a receiver down here, but I don't know. They didn't show us the camera. Anyway, I'm pretty sure they lined up in the same formation. And then they run the ball on 4th and 5. And it did not go anywhere. I believe it was a read option, zone read, whatever you want to call it. but we definitely were not going to let McSorley try to run with it because their running back hadn't done much. Is it Miles Gaskin or something like that? And yeah, that was just a questionable play call. And if you're a Penn State fan, you have every right to question that play call. That's going to be about it. I wasn't necessarily too hyper. I did not rip off a shirt. I have done that before. I didn't throw baby powder on my shirt. Happened to be this shirt just a couple videos ago. But this is a exciting game. It was emotionally draining. Oh, we're back. Our offense is back. We take the lead. Oh, stuff like that. But man, it was an exciting game. Probably the best game that College Game Day has gone to this year. And you could definitely argue this was the best college football game of the year thus far. In my opinion, I definitely think it was. 27-26, Ohio State wins over Penn State. Again, if you're a Penn State fan, you're not out of it, but we were kind of in this exact same position last year. We lost to Iowa and Oklahoma. Well, we weren't in this exact same position, but we were in the same position of you could be a one-loss team and you're not going to win the Big Ten championship. So, what does that mean? Because we'd have to lose 2 games in the Big Ten in order for them to jump us in the Big Ten East to make it to the Big Ten championship game, which I don't think we'll lose 2, and that means Penn State has to go undefeated too, which I think they will, but that's not a guarantee. Again, Penn State fans, Trace McSorley, great game. The receivers, that insane catch by Jennings. James Franklin, you can die. Yeah, I hope you choke on a penis and die. I do not like James Franklin. I think he's a little sausage man, and I think he should kill himself. Just kidding. Suicide's not a joke, kids. Okay, enough of that. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of this game, this insane game. And subscribe to the channel. I do these over Ohio State games and over the big games in college football each and every week. So be sure to subscribe to see those, and I'll talk to you guys later.